Good morning. I'm T.L. White, and this is Homeschooling Tips. I'm going to show you today how to do anywhere teaching, and I thought I'd just do it here at my home. First thing I do when I walk out onto the deck, I see that it's a little bit overcast today, isn't it? Now, some people might say the sun is not shining today, but it is. It's just covered up with clouds. It's overcast. That's what overcast means. It is a dark cloud that just covers the sky. Although I do see some blue trying to come through there, so maybe we will see the sun today. So let's continue on. Oh gosh, look at that. I have some stepping stones. It looks like they were just made out of cement and poured some gravel through. Isn't that clever? It's fall here. You can see the leaves are coming down from the trees. And look at those big hickory trees. Did you know that the plants and the trees put off oxygen for us to breathe? And guess what? We exhale carbon dioxide for them to use. God made that just right. Everything works together, and that's a wonderful thing. You can see it everywhere in nature and in people. Those hickory trees and the oak trees have squirrels in them, and they have squirrels in them for a reason, because there are acorns and hickory nuts for them to store up for the winter. Fall comes before winter. So look here, look at all of these. You can see some of them have been cracked open, and they just get the nut out and store them. This is an acorn, comes from an oak tree. Everywhere you go, everywhere you point, you can see something that you can teach your child. They need to know these things. They may seem menial to us, but it helps them to figure things out, to put the world together, so to speak. You know, things that make sense. And they can observe, but with no explanation. They don't know how it all works. And I think that helps them to think for themselves, and they start to be able to figure things out. I also have some chickens here and some guineas. The chickens they make food for us. And that's the way God intended. God makes sure that everything eats. Chickens give us eggs and they give us meat. And the guineas, we let them out in the spring and the summer to eat the ticks. So they help us out too. God has a purpose for everything. See, a burn barrel. That's what Papa does to burn some of the trash. You can see the garden over there too. And guess what? Look at this. These are called compost bins. Now look what Papa's got in there. Leaves and grass and some ash. That all put together makes healthy soil so that he can use it next year for the garden. And look how it flourished this year. Here it is, already October, and it's still flourishing. Some of the things you put in the compost, we put our coffee grains, and when I'm peeling potatoes or ate a banana or any kind of scraps from the kitchen, we put in there too. So that by the time winter is over, all of that blends together. The sun beats on it and the snow settles and melts on it, and underneath it turns out to be a really healthy soil for the garden. And you want to know something funny? Like I said, I put the scraps in there, and this year when Papa used the soil, he had a couple of stray plants that came up. Look at this tomato plant. You're not going to believe how big it is. This is one tomato plant. You can see it's spread over there, it's spread here, it's starting to climb up here. Look at all the tomatoes on it. We have no idea what kind of tomato. Looks like it might be a big beef or something. And they're still producing here in October. But your surroundings aren't my surroundings. So you might live in the city, not in a rural area. You could take walks or go to the park, just even around your own home. You're going to see bugs that you can tell the kids what to stay away from or what kind of bug it is. You can see ant holes and tell them how the ants build a trail underneath the soil where they live. You can mess up a piece of that bump. The small ants, don't mess with the big ones. You can tell them that too. Don't mess with the big ones, they bite. But tell them and let them watch how the ants start fixing any kind of damage that is made to their, anthill. There's so many things to teach your child. And you go to the park and kick around the ball a little bit. You can show them how to use the monkey bars. You can shoot some hoops. You can go to the park with their bike. All of these things they need to know. Can you imagine? I bet there are children out there that never get the advantage of spending that time with their parents and their parents showing them things as simple as rolling down a hill or splashing in a puddle or going out when it's raining. It's so much fun just to be in the rain. Yes, you get wet and maybe they won't like it, but it's fun and it's a new experience and they're learning to be with you. You are the parent, they're connected to you. If you live in the city, you could be driving down the street and see all the traffic. Where are all these cars going? We're headed to the grocery store. I wonder where that car is heading. Could be to work, could be for lunch, could be anywhere. Look around at the buildings. If someone's building a house or up on top of a roof, stop if you have time and just tell them what's going on. These are things, it's input. It's things that help them figure out the world, help them to think. Can you imagine not knowing anything and driving down the road and seeing all of these busy things going on? And, they might obviously will know what a car is or a building, but what actually is happening? That's where you come in. You are that child's central control, what they learn, how they perceive it. All of the things in the world, for the older children, when they see a fireman and stuff, well, that's what our taxes pay for. Tell them how taxes work. Tell them how to balance a checkbook or how to get on the computer and check on their bank account. You have to teach them those things because if they grow up, and I know there's kids like that have not grown up with the advantage of information, and they have gotten big and really not known how to handle things and even emotions. You need to show them how to react if they're scared. I used to watch two little girls, and one of them had autism. And we'd go swimming almost every day. And in the girls' changing room, there was a machine that would dry your suit once, you changed. It was just a little pocket. You put your suit in there and close the lid, and this supersonic noise shows up. And she would run to me, afraid of what is going to happen. That noise was loud. And I would put my hand on her back and, 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6, and say, don't worry, it's loud, but it won't hurt you. And every time that came on, because we did go often, I would say, don't worry, it's loud, but it won't hurt you. And it did not take very long for her to be saying that. Don't worry, it's loud, but it won't hurt you. And so that showed her how to react. It was okay. Yes, it was loud, but it's not going to hurt you. And she figured out that it wasn't going to hurt her. So those things, kids need to know. It's very important. Grocery store, let the toddler put the stuff in the basket. Give them something to do. Let the 10 or 9 or 10-year-old, whatever age, you know your child better than I do, and how what they've learned up to that point, especially with homeschooling. Let them get the calculator on your phone and figure out how much it's going to cost. Each thing you give them, they find the price, they start adding it up, and you have your calculation. Or lots of things. If you're a dad and you like working on vehicles, let your little one out there. Show them what the tools are for. Give them a stool so they can look up in there and see what you're doing. Teach them so that when they get older, they'll want to work on it with you. Relationship is so important with your children. You want to be building that from little bitty to grown and afterwards, because that relationship is going to be informational for them. It's going to be informational for you too. You grow with your child. What do they say? There's no manual. Well, actually there is. It's the Bible. Right and wrong. Teach them right and wrong. That's important. And God is a stable place to land. When they get all of this information and they're seeing how everything works together, and God created nature and people and the characters and the reactions of certain people, how to handle, if they get bullied at school, or how to handle if they're scared, like that little girl was. It's important that they can think for themselves and they can land in a place that is stable. This is homeschooling tips, and that is Anywhere Teaching. And I'm T.L. White. Thanks for watching.